Hi, welcome to the Coachsight demo for the 2024 AYVC referee mentoring program. I'm Andy Davison and I will take you through some of the basic capabilities of Coachsight. Coachsight will help you keep track of your observations on particular referees through the week and also give you access to observations other mentors have made about referees you might be tracking. So let's get on with it and show you how to get in and navigate around the platform. To start with, just grab your phone or your tablet and jump onto a web browser. So you can either jump into Google or likewise type in Coachsight, and it's usually the first result, or you can just jump to coachsight.net. And because this is the first time you'll have logged into the platform, we have loaded your email addresses in. You'll need to reset your password. So just click on Reset It here. Type in the email address that you used to sign up with Volleyball Australia. And tell it you're not a robot. Click reset and mail should arrive shortly at your mailbox, which will give you a link that you can click on and that'll take you to a page that'll reset your password. Mine's just come through. It can take a couple of minutes for that to come through. But I'll just quickly do that reset. All right. And then go back and log in using the same email and password. All right, so you'll see Volleyball Australia there. Click on that. And then the 2024 Australian Youth Volleyball Championships. And you will pop up with a 2024 referee development program, but I've got a sandpit here to be able to demonstrate to you the capabilities. So when I click on that, I will see a couple of things I have access to. Episodes. Now the episodes are the matches that you are evaluating for the referees. And the journals are a time series of comments and evaluation forms that the referees have access to. So let's start with a new episode. And you'll see here your name. You can select the date, so you might be putting these in the night before, all ready for the following day. And remember, we're looking for these to go in an hour before the match at least, so that the referees have a chance to put in those pre-match reflections. So we'll dive in and we'll say, okay, this game is on Monday and it's at 9 a.m. And the referees are going to be, well, we'll just put Amber in, but you can put in as many referees as you need to. So if you're evaluating the first and second referees, put in those two. If you're evaluating the entire squad, you can bang in all the line refs and the scorer as well. The division is just boys and girls, the age groups, no big surprises there. And then type in the name of the teams. So Queensland Vic, let's make it Vic Blue just to distinguish. The venue, so Red Energy or Flora Hill, and which court number they're playing. There's two more questions there for after the match. One is the match duration, how long did it go in minutes? And the second one is the match difficulty. Was it easy? Was it a normal game? Or was it a difficult one? And that helps us when we go back and look at the evaluation forms to understand the circumstance in which a referee might get the remarks that they were given. So once we've done that, we go ahead and save and continue. And then we'll get to the form screen where we can actually start to populate some data. So now we might go away and create a new form, and this little burger menu gets you up to all those capabilities. We can have a look at the episode library, which is all of the episodes or evaluations we've created. You can see there's only one there at the moment, so I can click on that and go back into the form we were just in. I've also got access to a journal library. We'll have a look at that in just a second. But for the time being, let's presume that we're sitting down to watch this match. In the Session Details tab are the two questions to be answered after the match. So the duration of the match in minutes, 120 minutes. And let's say that this one was a particularly difficult match. And we'll say Amber's communication was pretty good. Adaptability was okay. Knowledge of the rules was fine. Stakeholder engagement, so there was some sort of problem on the court. Now, at this point, we can also add comments. So if we click on that tab there, general observation, took too long to explain situation to and you might offer some suggestions as to how to avoid that in future. We will then save the draft, and that locks it away, and we'll make it eventually available for Amber to see. We can also see here the player reflection, so we can see any of the answers that the referee has given us so far. Now, at this point in time, this form is not visible to the referee apart from the player reflection section. So to make the criteria scores and the comments available, just click on the Publish button down here in the bottom right. And if for whatever reason you need to unpublish it, you can press the Unpublish button, but usually there's not going to be a need to do that. And at this point, that'll pop up in Amber's journal. And we can have a look at that. You'll remember that one of the functions up here was the journal library. So let's drop into the journal library and have a look at what that would look like. I've got access to all of the journals for the referees that we're evaluating. Let's have a look at Amber's. And we can see that there are a number of evaluation forms that have been submitted, and one of them is incomplete. So that just tells us that that match hasn't got underway, or that the mentor hasn't started collecting any information about the game there. The things that are of note here, I can go and create a broadcast message. So that's what that icon here is. That will send a message out to all of the referees that we are mentoring. So probably wants to be used a little bit judiciously. They can't be deleted. So just only put a broadcast out if it's absolutely necessary. And that could be, for example, if we want to put out a notice about how to interpret a particular rule, or how we are approaching aspects of the game. And that'll happen in line with all of the evaluations, so you'll be able to see what happened before and after those sorts of broadcast messages went out. I can also put in a coach remark. So this might be something that I want to mention to Amber outside of the context of a specific evaluation. In here, I can also attach small files, and I can put in images if I want to. And then the last one is a staff note. And the staff notes are only available for viewing by the referee mentors. They don't appear in the timeline for the referees. You might also see some referee reflections pop up in here, which will be green. And you might also see some goals which are red that the referees might establish for themselves through the duration of the tournament. Now that's most of the capability, and just out of interest, I'll go back. We'll have a look at something that's in development and hopefully be sorted out by the end of this week, and that is program reports. So some of you will be able to see the program reports for referees, and this gives us an idea of, over the duration, what was the performance of the referee with respect to the four skill areas we've talked about. And it also gives us a longitudinal indication of how they've performed. An episode that dips down like that, that's probably one that hasn't been evaluated, hasn't been published. But we can see here, for example, if we turn off the everything but the knowledge of rules, that there's an episode here where rule knowledge was an issue in the game. So that's something we're working on from an analytics perspective, and it will pop up in the, or I suspect it will pop up in the summary sheets that we'll make available to the referees at the end of the week. So that's it in a nutshell. Just a reminder, you're loaded into the systems using the email address that you gave to Volleyball Australia. Just use that and reset your password, and then you'll have access to the platform. Good luck with the week. I'm sure you'll have a great time. And if you have any questions, feel free to try to call me on Quartz.